Well, let's turn to Plateau State, where Operation Safe Haven leadership has relocated displaced residents of 17 communities out of many invaded by gunmen in Mangu local government area. This is in line with the mandate of Operation Safe Haven to restore normalcy and lasting peace across all troubled communities in the state. A correspondent in Plateau State, Funam Joshua, reports on the latest development.
There has been an outcry in recent times about the alleged acts of illegal land grabbing and forceful conversion of properties belonging to the displaced natives by the suspected bandits. The criminals had unleashed mayhem on communities across Mangu, Barikiladi and Riom Council crisis areas of Plateau State. The state governor Caleb Mutfan, worried by the development, recently announced the setting up of the anti-land grabbing task force to tackle the menace in the state. The Operation Safe Haven deployed to the state was mandated to restore normalcy and proffer a lasting solution. There are areas where efforts have not been easy for troops on the peace mission in the state. The commander of Operation Safe Haven, Major General Abubakar Abdusalam, upon assumption of office, promised to do all within his power to achieve the mandate given to him. Relocation of all displaced victims back to their ancestral communities is a major commitment the STF commander has pledged to see to fruition. At this peace meeting with stakeholders and leaders of warring communities in the state, the commander asserts his team has successfully relocated 17 previously displaced villages.
Because like what we are doing now, especially for Mangu, communities have been displaced, and so far I think as at the last count we've been able to relocate 17 of those communities back, having troops in key areas to be able to protect the communities. And also with the honorable member and the chairman, we are trying to see that, okay, we can provide security for people to go out in the daytime to access farmlands that they can no longer access after some time. So just to provide security, then in the evening, you come back.
Destruction of farmlands and crops and illegal grazing at night are another challenge. The task force must tackle it as it is disturbing the peace process. A penalty for such acts has been declared by the commander.
And I've directed all the sector commanders and every commander that compensation for destruction of farmlands must be to the satisfaction of the owner of the farm. But again, that was brought up by one of the sector commanders, it must be reasonable.
The leadership of the Operation Safe Haven assures that troops are very much determined to succeed in their mandate of tackling all forms of insecurity bedeviling communities in the state. Funam Joshua, TVC News, Jos.
For more on that story and development in Plateau State, where 17 communities out of many invaded by gunmen in Mangu local government area have been relocated, let's bring in a security expert, Melvin Ajay. Good to have you join us.
Good evening, TVC. Good evening, Nigerians.
So this seems like some sort of cherry news out of the report on crisis in Plateau State that we've had in recent times. Talk to us about the efforts and collaboration that went into this.
Good evening, Nigerians. Let me first and foremost and quickly commend those that deserve accolade, those that deserve to be commended over the return of peace to Mangu, another part of Plateau State. The GOC 3 Armored Division and Commander Operation Safe Haven Major General E. Abubakar, his team, and the Special Operations Operation Damisa 4, who was set up by the Chief of Minister for the wonderful work they have done in Mangu, Barikiladi, Bokos, and environ that have led to the relative peace and to the glory of God. And we are trusting God that become lasting peace on the plateau. For all the effort they have put up in ensuring that Mangu is peaceful. And we're glad that today, more than 17 communities, let me be very frank with you, have returned back to their ancestral home, and more will return in the coming days. This is the best news I've had this year. I'm sure even the governor is happy, the people of Plateau are also happy, and the people of Mangu are happy because the security agencies do not stop there. They ensure that they patrol their farms, patrol almost every part of Mangu local government and Barikina to ensure that the farmers get back to their farms so that they won't be farming next year. So this is a very big cheering news for us, and to us, we are praying to God that this news continue.
You mentioned that peace has been restored to Mangu, and you also talked about how security agents are patrolling their farms and the community. But do we know how long that patrol will continue? What are the security guarantees?
It will continue until peace is totally restored. You know, peace is a process. Peace won't just come overnight. It's a process. You need to ensure that peace is sustained, because in as much as peace is restored, there are criminals who also are benefiting from this crisis who will still want to cause havoc. We still have some skirmishes, some isolated issues here and there. So the security agencies are patrolling to ensure that we don't have any breakdown of law and order in Mangu and every part of Plateau State. Several arrests have been made. As I speak to you, only this week, about 43 arrests have been made from murder suspects, kidnapping suspects, cattle rustling suspects from in Fas, in Fan, and some villages in Mangu local government. So it's a daily activities of the STF, and I'm sure they are going to do that until peace is totally restored to the plateau, and we have sanity on the plateau.
In a situation where we know that the security agencies in Nigeria are overstretched, right now we have some of them patrolling Mangu, and you've also talked about others that are going to be relocated back to their communities. How long will that take, and what are efforts being made right now?
Like I said, peace is a process, and they are going to patrol until peace is finally returned. I don't think we are that overstretched like people claim. The security agencies are doing their best. I don't know for other areas, but this part of the country where I live, the troop of Operation Safe Haven are doing so much to keep us safe, both in Plateau, Southern Kaduna, and Southern Bauchi. Even in Southern Kaduna, one of the cheering news I got yesterday is that those bandits that burned the church in Southern Kaduna recently have been arrested. The ones that killed Mrs. Dorothy Jonathan have been arrested. Arrests are going on. Yesterday again, we have the arrest of about 26 sophisticated weapons in Southern Kaduna. So they are all over this part of the country doing their best to ensure that our people sleep with their two eyes closed. So they will continue to patrol. They will continue to do their best in collaboration with other stakeholders until peace is totally returned. Peace is a process. Peace won't come overnight. Criminals will always want to take advantage and make sure there is breakdown of law and order. But trust me, with the current commander we have in Operation Safe Haven, we have never had it this good. In fairness to most of the commanders that have come here, in fairness to all of them. But I want to believe that every father will want his child to do better than him. So the fathers that have come before General E. Abakar, those fathers laid a very solid foundation, and General Abakar is really consolidating on those foundations, and he's doing so well. That distress call time limit is just within 15 to 20 minutes. Call them, they are there, and they are doing their job. And we are very proud of this.
It seems like good reports coming from you, and this is, like I said earlier, it's cherry news, which we'll continue to monitor and see how things play out, especially for the others who also need to be relocated. Thank you so much for talking to us, as always. Always a pleasure. Security expert Melvin Eje.
Thank you very much. You're most welcome. I'm most obliged.